shine, everyone, and thank you for joining us on air and streaming on KARE 11 Plus. I'm Jason Hackett. Happy Friday, everyone. We have made it to the weekend, and this weekend's going to be interesting because, John, we're starting out warm this morning. It's going to be warm today, and then we could get a lot of snow tomorrow, potentially.
Yes, a lot has changed in the past 12 hours. So actually, 24 hours has been wild. The GFS yesterday had 0. That thing's now giving us multiple inches, and we got models at 5 or 6 now. I mean, the thing ramped up. Okay, I just want you to be prepared now for Saturday. You should prepare for snow. Now, does this smell like the last one, which was a disaster? Yes. When things trend right up to the end, I do not like that. 30 to 48 degrees. Again, we're looking at a beautiful day today, and we're going to see crashing temperatures. One of the changes today is the front isn't actually hitting us till this evening, so it makes the first half of the day not as windy and pretty warm. Here's what it looks like across the state. Colder to the north because the front hits you in the morning, afternoon, evening, and we'll see that temperature crash. So right now they only have an advisory for southwest Minnesota, or I should say more southern Minnesota and Mankato. This is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday. They may need to fill a lot of places in here. We'll time out and give you some details in the forecast.
Good morning. Hope your Friday's off to a great start. I'm popping up the road conditions map just to show you the before. I know tomorrow may have an after with the possible snow coming in like John mentioned, but for now things are pretty great. Not seeing any blue or pink on the map, all green. So enjoy that for your morning drive. Live look here on 394. Things look very quiet in this area. 394 is going to be shut down this weekend, parts of it. I'm going to talk about that project, tell you about the detours so you're not caught off guard. But as for this morning, traffic flow is great. Still crash free at 6:02.
Always great to see. Cece, thank you very much. It has been almost a year since 16-year-old Manny Collins went missing. His father, Jordan, charged in his son's murder after Manny's remains were found in a landfill. In just hours, Collins' case will be back in an Anoka County courtroom. Audrey Russo's live there this morning with what we know right now. Audrey.
Yeah, Jordan Collins is due before a judge here in Anoka County at 1:30. Now, over the last week and a half or so, his attorney has been filing motions primarily to get evidence suppressed that was found during a search of his apartment back in May. Now, in these court filings, take a look at these. You can see that there was a search of his apartment, and this happened just days after the 16-year-old Manny Collins went missing. Now, in the filings, you can see his attorney argues that the search lacked probable cause. And on the state's list of exhibits that they plan to use at trial, there's evidence from social media accounts and electronic devices as well. Now, those search warrant applications were dated from May 14th all the way to September 4th. Remember that Manny was found dead in a landfill near Elk River at the end of June. Now, Collins' attorney in the past has also argued that the case should be moved from Anoka County. She'd like the trial elsewhere, saying that she doesn't believe her client could get a fair trial, and she cites extensive media coverage as a reason. Back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo reporting live this morning. Thank you for those updates. In just a few hours, former President Bill Clinton will face questions from the House Oversight Committee about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. This is all part of their investigation into the late sex offender. The landmark deposition comes just one day after Hillary Clinton was grilled by the committee for more than 6 hours. The former First Lady spoke to reporters afterward, saying she answered every question. She denied ever meeting Epstein, but said she, quote, casually knew his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. She says she's confident her husband, Bill, knew nothing about Epstein's crimes.
I think it is fair to say that the vast majority of people who had contact with him before his criminal pleas in 2008 were like most people. They did not know what he was doing. And I think that that is exactly what my husband will testify to tomorrow.
Law enforcement has not accused Bill or Hillary Clinton of any wrongdoing related to Epstein. This morning, we're learning more about Governor Walz's plan to tackle widespread fraud across the state. The proposal includes improving technology to flag fraud, strengthening oversight of high-risk Medicaid programs, and establishing a statewide Office of Inspector General. The bills would need bipartisan support to pass in the divided legislature. Now, in response, House Republican leaders said in part, quote, House Republicans have been sounding the alarm over fraud for years, and we've been blocked from acting at every turn by House Democrats 7 times on the Office of Inspector General bill alone. We hope Governor Walz and House Democrats will join us in making real strides on fraud as soon as possible. This morning marks 6 months since the deadly mass shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church, killing 2 students, Harper Moisky and Fletcher Merkel. Governor Walz posted this photo of their desks sitting inside the state capitol. Earlier this week, parents at the school lined the Capitol lawn with empty desks representing the Minnesota children who have lost their lives to gun violence since 2021. Time now 6:06. An update this morning on a deadly crash near Lake Mille Lacs. We now know the names of the 4 people who were killed. State Patrol says 21-year-old Samantha Ajax, 41-year-old Chris Boswell, 51-year-old James Ortley, and 53-year-old Michelle Rock were killed in that head-on crash. Another woman is facing life-threatening injuries. A State Patrol says Ajax crossed the center line when she crashed into the other 4. Boswell's sister says her older brother was outgoing and loved the outdoors, but family always came first.
He has 3 wonderful kids he left behind. He loves his kids very much. That's his world. Things happen for a reason, but why did he have to take them away from me?
Just heartbroken for that sister and that family. So authorities say just a day before the crash, another person died on that same stretch of road after losing control on an icy road. A heads up for anglers this morning. The deadline to get ice houses off of lakes across the state is coming up pretty fast here. Megan McPherson is live near Lake Minnetonka, breaking down everything you need to know this morning. Morning, Megan.
Hey, Jason, good morning. Yeah, the deadline is coming up quickly. And actually for weeks, the DNR has been urging people to get those ice houses off of the ice. Actually, we're on Black Lake this morning, which is a bay of Lake Minnetonka. And a lot of the ice house rental companies out here already sort of closed up shop earlier this month, said that the season for them was over. That's because of the warm conditions that we had for several weeks there in February. Now, I've been walking around on the ice out here a little bit this morning. I haven't heard any cracking. I think that there's still a good, level of ice out here. But obviously, as things start to warm up, you still want to always test the ice. The DNR always says that you still need to test it when you come out. So there are some key deadlines that I do want to highlight this morning when it comes to those ice houses. If you still have one out or if you're still interested in a rental, all structures have to be off the ice by midnight on the dates that you see here on your screen. But the deadline does depend on the body of water. So for the southern 2/3 of the state, that deadline is this Monday, March 2nd. For the northern 1/3, it's going to be March 16th. And then for Minnesota-Canada border waters, the deadline is March 31st. Now, you could be ticketed and fined if you do not meet the deadline. And the DNR says that any structure that is not removed could be confiscated and possibly even destroyed. You could also face a $100 littering fine. So if you do still want to get some ice fishing in, just know that you can still bring your tent out. Probably best to maybe just do away with the ice houses now with the time of year that we're in. Actually, you might be able to see it over my shoulder here, but there is one tent out here this morning. We couldn't quite see it. Now the sun's starting to come up, or we're starting to get a little bit of light here, so we could actually see it out there. So I haven't seen the person emerge from the tent yet this morning, but they're out here. So that just goes to show, yeah, as John's been saying, with some nice weather this weekend, might be a great weekend to get out there and go ice fishing. Back to you.
Yeah, they may be getting a few Z's before they hit the ice and get out ice fishing. Minnesotans waste no time when it comes to ice fishing, and I love that for them. Megan, thank you so much.